Into the first question, and the first question comes from a Michael King, and he writes, "Hey Alex, it's been reported that Disney Plus has hit over 50 million subscribers in the 5 months of its run. I've heard you say that if Disney Plus is done right, it could probably take over Netflix. Do you think Disney Plus will take over the streaming service industry?" Well, thank you for your question, Michael. So me and Jeremy have talked about this before, like way before it was before it was going to launch, and I've said we were actually part of a group meeting. We had a huge discussion about it, and I said, and I'll go back to it. I said that if you give Disney 5 to 10 years, Disney has the potential of surpassing Netflix and being on top of the streaming industry game. I've also said that Disney, if you look at Disney as a whole, they're leading in, like, they're not the biggest media company compared to Warner Brothers, but they own theme parks. They're a big company in that. They own a lot of TV and movies. They own a lot of other things within the industry of making content for others. So when you look at them releasing a streaming service, I already knew, just like I'm sure you guys knew, like I'm sure Jeremy knew, that this thing was going to be successful. Now keep in mind, Disney Plus has only been out for 5 months, and remember, the very first day it hit 10 million subscribers. That was day one. Now we're at month 5, and it's at 50 million, a little over 50 million subscribers. Now, right now to date, Netflix has over 160 million subscribers, and they still keep putting out great content. I'm a Netflix advocate, just like I'm a streaming service advocate as well. My thing is with Disney Plus though, granted, if you are a fan of the original content they put out and also their Disney Channel stuff and all the other stuff they put out, there's some good content on Disney Plus. However, I've also argued and said that Disney Plus needs to start ramping up more original content to get people to come back to. Like, The Mandalorian was just a start. We still haven't gotten Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet. We still haven't got all the other Marvel stuff yet. We still haven't even got all the other Star Wars stuff yet and all the other Pixar stuff that they're going to do. So keep this in mind that yes, Disney Plus is on a great wave right now, and mind you, they have more subscribers than CBS All Access, Hulu, and HBO Go. So they're right there. They're getting there. So, but at the end of the day, I do think if by the end of this year they may hit 70 million, maybe 80 million, they probably in the next 2 to 3 years may hit 150 to 160 million. Who knows? But I do think Disney Plus, if they continue to do it right like they've been doing, they have the potential of surpassing Netflix and being on top. But what do you think, Jeremy? Do you think Disney Plus has the potential with this current wave that they're on to be on top of the streaming service industry?
I think it's a really interesting question to look at it, because as you had mentioned, they hit 10 million within X amount of days, and if they would have maintained that trajectory, then in 5 days they would have had 50 million subscribers. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's slowed down, right? Mm-hmm. So we're at 50 million plus at about 5 months. Now, I don't have any of the exact figures in front of me, mm-hmm. but I do believe approximately 8 million of those subscribers are from India. Mm-hmm. So, and that number it's staggering. It is absolutely like a massive achievement in itself. If they never end up on top of Netflix, what they've done is still, I mean, it's nothing to write off. This is a major player in the streaming wars and all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I have a difficult time saying for sure if it will be able to beat Netflix. And the reason why I mentioned, the exponential growth of it at first is at some point there's going to be a cap, right? Like everybody that wants Disney Plus is going to have Disney Plus, or mm-hmm. everybody that wants Netflix is going to have Netflix. Mm-hmm. You raise an interesting point though, is that maybe maybe the first wave of people were the diehard Star Wars fans and the legacy Disney fans, the people like ourselves that grew up watching and consuming this content. Maybe there are a couple of million people out there that are waiting for the new Marvel series to drop, you know? So maybe there's going to be another really big pop once the next wave of original programming is launched over at Disney. I feel that there is not a very good chance of Disney ever surpassing Netflix. And I mean, I'd actually like to get your take on this, but while there is children's programming on Netflix, there is no adult programming per se on Disney. So how do we reconcile that? Do you think that because everything is so specifically for a family audience at Disney that it's going to miss out on the potential subscribers who do want something more aimed at adult audiences?
So I think that, and so like to your point with Netflix has, like you said, mostly a wide variety of programming, a lot of stuff geared towards adults, then young adults, and then teenagers, and then kids. They have like a lot of cool stuff. I know like with my daughter, she watches like Word Party on Netflix, and then on Netflix, we just watched, I think it was called the movie Players Club on Netflix that I can't find on Disney Plus. So I think Disney will have to continue building up, like for instance, prime example, if you're going to do your Marvel stuff, don't let it be so spaced out where we're, like for instance, if you're going to release Falcon and the Winter Soldier in August, then probably in September or mid-September when Falcon and Winter Soldier is done, we should get WandaVision.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, it should be a repeating cycle. Now, although those shows are, you could arguably say the Marvel Cinematic Universe is made for families, but we do know that most of those movies have a lot of adult themes in them. You can say that Disney can play with that. Now, granted, I think that Disney Plus is solely for families, but that's why they have Hulu as well. They can say, okay, we can make all of our adult content, like say if they want a Punisher series, put it on Hulu. Don't put it on Disney Plus because you can't, I don't think you can safeguard Punisher on Disney Plus. You just can't. That's why on Netflix it was so great, in my opinion. But do I think Disney Plus will surpass Netflix? The only way that would happen, in my humble opinion, is if they figure out a formula where they're cranking out Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar content consistently.
Yeah.
Like literally where it's a cycle where you're just grabbing new viewers each and every month while still maintaining your family values. Now, do I think it's going to happen overnight? No, I still will give it about 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, sure.
But with Disney Plus, you can't reconcile. I don't think you can honestly reconcile the fact that there isn't really that much adult content on Disney Plus. Like, there are hardly any cuss words, any smoking or adult themes, no sex, nothing like that. Exactly. So, I mean, that's my thought on that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I 100% see where you're coming from. And I do feel like looking at the long game, you have to really question how long can Netflix stay on top, because there's also the distinct possibility that mom and dad are going to get Disney for the family and still keep Netflix. Maybe these are going to be the two like essential streaming platforms that people have to have in their household. I could very much see that being the case. I did want to mention the reason why I brought up the 8 million subscribers in India is because that is a staggering number. However, I'm sure that not a lot of you are aware that they offer a different streaming service called Hotstar over in that region of Asia. And Hotstar is an annual subscription. You're going to pay just over $5 for a year-long subscription to the Marvel movies, as well as a lot of Bollywood films and a lot of Disney's back catalog. However, if you want to get the exclusive Disney Plus and the original programming from Disney Plus, you're looking at about $20 a year.
Yeah.
So my question, I suppose, is what's more important, subscriber count or profitability? Because if you're charging $15 a month for Netflix per household versus $15 a year for Disney Plus, obviously you're going to have to realize that the subscribers in India are not worth the same amount as the subscribers in America, just from a fiscal perspective, you know?
And that's actually a good point, because like in other countries, they do their streaming platforms a whole lot different in the US. So you know, Jeremy raises a good point, but what do you guys think? Do you think that Disney Plus will surpass any streaming services? Do you think they'll be on top of the streaming service game? Do you think they may surpass Netflix? Jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.